The following is a special presentation of Big Polly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. Hello again, everybody, and here we go, our third second round game of the HTFL Season 2 playoffs. Tampa Bay is traveling to the Great White North of Chicago and will probably be the frozen tundra of Soldier Field. Let's put in the January month and find, oh yes, 27 degrees and a 10 to 20 mile per hour wind at Soldier Field. Historically, Tampa Bay has struggled in colder weather, but of course that's before they got one Thomas Edward Brady. And I'll be playing as Chicago against Tampa Bay, and I'll be playing on my honor here. And it's going to be Chicago with the wind, possibly at 10 to 20 mile an hour. Here we go. Tom Brady against Sid Luckman. And where else would you find a matchup like this but the Hometown Football League? Coin flip is going to go Tampa Bay's way. They defer, and Chicago will receive to start the second half, and they will have the wind advantage. And it's no shrinking violet, 10 to 20 mile per hour. Sayers, a no. Manning back deep. Tampa Bay the 10 seed, Chicago the 7 seed. If Chicago wins, they play New York. If Tampa Bay wins, they get Cleveland in the quarterfinals. We have not had a road team win yet in our Season 2 playoff, and Sayers returning that, oh, by the way, 23 yards to the 29. Your starting lineup for the Bears is Peyton and Gallagher at running back. Hill and Graham are the wideouts. Ditka at tight end. Luckman back at quarterback out of Columbia, which is a university in the northern part of New York City. Connor, Fortman, Bulldog Turner, Ramsey, and Covert, your offensive linemen. We'll go double tight end on the initial play, which is going to bring in Duel in as the extra tight end, and we'll go to Walter Payton. And Payton, 8 in the box for the Bucs. It's still a 6-yard gain. For the defense of the Buccaneers, it's Selman, Bennett, McCoy, and David Logan. Your front four, Derek Brooks, Levante David, and Hugh Green are your linebackers. Rondé Barber, Aqib Talib, John Lynch, and Mark Barron are your defensive backfield. And I think you're going to see a lot of keeping the ball on the ground, and Peyton gets another 3 yards to make it 3rd and a yard. We're going to run the short pass here. And we'll look to Ditka. And it's on target, a first down, and already Chicago has entered Tampa Bay territory at the 49. Gallagher, let's give him a shot at it here. His dive play, number 74, gains 1 yard. Bennett on the tackle for Tampa Bay. 2nd and 9. Tampa Bay surprised a lot of people, I think, in the first round of the playoffs, beating Pittsburgh at home 13 to 7. But they have a very critical test here against the Chicago Bears in rather frigid weather. Pitch right, Walter Payton on 2nd and 9. And Payton on the loose. He will get the first down on that play, 11 yards. Hugh Green making the tackle for the Buccaneers. I don't think Tampa Bay in real life has ever played Chicago in the playoffs. So this is going to be a very interesting game. By the way, the Bears are a combination of the Bears and the Chicago Cardinals, which is where they played prior to 1960. I think they spent most of their seasons at Comiskey Park on the south side of Chicago. Walter Payton off tackle right. And Payton, another big gain. He's slashing for 14 more yards. And Hugh Green making the tackle for Tampa Bay. So I think you're going to see them running the ball an awful lot. Chicago here. Sweep to the left for Bill Kelliger on 1st and 10 from the 23, and he loses
encroachment
4 yards,
defense.
But they're going to get
77, saved. 5-yard penalty.
A saving grace for the Bears here is Bennett called for encroachment. It will be 1st and 5 from the 18. And we'll go back to Kelliger, trapped left. He fell off the horse, time to get back on it. He'll gain a yard. And the tackle made by Levante David. 2nd and 4. Payton, off tackle, right side. Should average 5.3, but no gain. A nice play there by David Logan. And that sets up 3rd and 4 from the 17. A very happy May 16th to you all. 3rd and 4. We'll have 2 new NBA finalists, I'm told, because I really don't watch a lot of NBA. Harlan Hill! Touchdown, Bears! And the Bears take a quick 6-0 lead. Only 2 passes in that drive for Luckman, but they were both on target. A 10-play, 71-yard drive that took 6 minutes and 17 seconds off the clock. The extra point, good by Harder. And Chicago with a 7-0 lead. Wilson, Blunt, and Humphreys. And then we'll do the Tampa Bay offense and the Chicago defense. That ball kicked for a touchback, and that's not surprising with the wind advantage that Chicago currently has, and they'll have that wind advantage again for the 4th quarter. Offensively for Tampa Bay, it's done in Allstott at running back in the base formation. Keyshawn Johnson, Mark Carrier are your wideouts. Rod Gronkowski, the tight end. Tom Brady, the GOAT out of Michigan. Gruber, Marpet Marbury, Middleton, and Penn. And you see a lot of 7s on that offensive line. And when we get to the Chicago defense, this is why I think this might be Tampa Bay's swan song. And they have been the most improved team, I think, in the HTFL this year. But Brady throws to Keyshawn for a 6-yard gain. Night Train Lane on the tackle. Remember, Lane was a Chicago Cardinal at one point in his career, hence he's playing for the Bears. Atkins, Dent, Mongo McMichael, and Wally Chambers, your front 4. Fortunato, Brian Urlacher, a 10-plus inside linebacker, and Wilbur Marshall round out the linebacker core. Night Train Lane, Tillman, Mark Carrier for the Bears, and not Mark Carrier for the Bucs, is your safety, along with Gary Fensick, who is the free safety. So you got the 2 Mark Carriers going at it in this game, and we might have a situation where Mark Carrier tackles Mark Carrier, and that throw on target to Gronk for 16 yards, and the Bears' Mark Carrier making the tackle. 1st and 10 at the 42. Brady, incomplete, undaunted by the cold weather. He's probably saying something to the effect of, you know how many times I played in cold weather in New England? In Foxborough? 2nd and 10 at the 42. Brady looking for Gronk, another incompletion, so he has started 2 for 4 on the day for 22 yards. 6:49 left, opening quarter, just getting started. Chicago drove the length of the field for their touchdown. 3rd and 10 from the 42. Brady, this time Gronk is there, and it's a 15-yard gain for a 1st down. 1st and 10, now the ball at the Chicago 43, so both teams moving into enemy territory on their first possession. Brady looking. Again on target to Keyshawn. A 15-yard gain, Night Train Lane making the tackle. 1st and 10 at the 28. This give is to Mike Allstott, a gain of 4. That is the first rush Tampa Bay has attained in this game. Brady started out throwing the ball 6 times. And if you watch the Bucs in 2021, that's kind of sort of what was in their wheelhouse. Brady would come out and just start throwing the ball, and no wonder why he had over 5,300 yards of total offense. 2nd and 6 to give to Allstott. He'll gain a little more. Looked like a fake reverse with Keyshawn trailing the play. A gain of a yard to set up 3rd and 5. Brady looking to do damage, and that's on target to Keyshawn. Brady clutching these 3rd downs. That is a gain of 8, and already Tampa Bay 2 for 2 on the 3rd down conversions. Chicago also 2 for 2. 1st and 10 from the 15. We'll have a marker down. Let's check that out.
Encroachment, defense.
Oh.
Number 60, 5-yard penalty.
Wally Chambers called for encroachment, and that moves the ball up 5 yards. Forgive me for a moment. We're taking a swig of water. 1st and 5 from the Chicago 10-yard line as the Buccaneers keep matriculating the ball down the field. Quote the late great Hank Stram. 1st and 5. And it's Allstott trapped behind the line for a 1-yard loss by Brian Urlacher. 2nd and 6, ball at the 11, 2:59 now left, opening quarter. Warwick Dunn gets the same treatment, and it was Urlacher again making the tackle, so he has back-to-back TFLs, tackles for loss. 3rd and 7 from the 12-yard line, and this time Brady's luck could not continue. He floated one up for Gronk, and Gronk just couldn't get underneath it in time. So Michael Husted kicking into the wind, a 30-yard attempt. Got it. It's 7-3 with 1:42 to go. The Boo Birds come out, but it was a good drive for the Bucs. It went 14 plays, 68 yards, and took 6:49 off the clock. Sayers back deep for Chicago. He's going to take it at about the 10, and he's a guy that could. It's always possible that he could run it back for 6, and he gets 19 yards to the 29. Hurst and 10 from there. Now I got 1:31 left in the quarter, so I'm going to try a bomb here. We're going to look to Harlem Hill on a play-action La Bamba, and Luckman is going to get picked off by John Lynch.
The previous play is under review.
They're going to look at it. Hang on, folks.
Upon further review, the ball touched the ground before being secured. Incomplete.
And Sid Luckman letting out a very loud whew after that, and it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 29. Luckman was feeling his oats on that play, and Johnny Lynch sensed it coming. Sweep to the right side for sweetness. Walter Payton. And he'll gain a couple there. No, 3. McCoy hurt. Gerald McCoy. He is out for the game. Out for the game. So Anthony McFarland, better known as Booger, his nickname, folks, not mine, comes in on 3rd and 7. And we'll look to Curtis Conaway on the slant with 1:07 left. There's a marker.
Grabbing the face mask. Defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
So a face mask can call against Tampa Bay, moves it to the 47. And we're going to try the bomb again. We're going to look to Graham. He lets it go. Incomplete, deflected by Talib. 2nd and 10. Threw it to the right receiver, but couldn't make the grab. Off tackle right, Walter. 8 in the box for Tampa Bay, but it don't matter. Peyton's going to gain another 14 yards. He's at 51 already on 7 carries. We're down to the last 40 seconds of the opening quarter. I still want to try to get a good pass in. We'll go to Graham, play action medium pass. Luckman will run, he fumbles, and who's got it? Ramsey. Ramsey with the recovery after a gain of a yard. So we have played 1, and it is Chicago 7 and Tampa Bay 3. Tampa Bay, 12 plays, 63 yards, 8 passes. Chicago, 14 plays, 84 yards, 10 rushes. Third of the 4 second-round games. We will come back tomorrow with Minnesota and Denver. We'll take a day off and then come back Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday with the quarterfinal games, Lord willing. Trap right, Walter Payton. Bucs are playing short tight. So we're going to go medium fly to Harlan Hill. And Hill was wide open, touchdown Bears. That play, 38 yards, and the Bears go up more than a score, extra point or no. Harder with the extra point, 14-3. The Bears with 14-48. Left to go in the second quarter. Wilson back deep for Tampa Bay. And this is going to be taken at about the goal line, and Wilson returned it 24 yards. McCray on the tackle for Chicago at the 23. It was a yard deep into the end zone. Now remember, Tampa Bay now, for the next 2 quarters, will have the wind advantage. Brady might be just what the doctor ordered for Tom. Looking for Keyshawn there, drilled by Night Train Lane, couldn't hold on. 2nd and 10 from the 23. Bucs win, they'll get Cleveland next week.
False start. Offense. Number 72, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
So Penn called for a false start, and that's going to back Tampa Bay. Back 5. 2nd and 15 from the 14. A sack by Atkins, but actually he stripped the ball out. Brady recovered it, and that's going to be a 7-yard loss in total. Brady got back on his own fumble. 3rd and 22. Chicago playing way off the ball. That was a throw to the Bucs receiver, Mark Carrier, and he was tackled by McCray after a gain of just 5 yards. So Tampa Bay off to a slow start, but a good punt there. It was by Bidwell, 54-yard punt. McAfee returning at 3 yards for a 51-yard net. So Chicago leading 14-7. The home teams have not lost a game yet in the HTFL Season 2 playoffs. Payton, a run on the outside, and he will gain another 6 yards. I figure Payton needs about a 150 to 200 yard game here for the Bears to win. He's got to be very productive. Trap left, Bill Kelliger on 2nd and 4, and he'll gain a little bit more. 2 yards, and that sets up 3rd and 2. Payton on a dive. Will Tampa see it coming? Yes, 1 yard gain, and that is it. Hugh Green, his return probable. And that's going to bring in Dave Lewis out of USC, played on that 79 Buck team that was so good. So 4th and a yard from the 42. I am not going for a first down here. Ed Brown will punt. And that was taken by Humphreys. An 11-yard return, a punt of 37. So the Buccaneers now trailing 14-3. They got the wind at their backs. Brady is off to a 6 for 10 start, 65 yards, but that running game has been stagnant. 1st and 10 from the 32. And that is to Allstad. A Bear might have gotten a finger on it, but it still got to Allstad anyway. A gain of 7 yards, a tackle by Wilbur Marshall. 2nd and 3 from the 39. 11:07 now left. 2nd quarter. A fumble recovered by Chicago.
The previous play is under review.
It's being looked at. Stand by.
Upon further review, the runner was down by contact.
And it's Tampa's turn to say, whew. 3rd and 3. Ball at the 39. Let's see if Brady's got a little 3rd down magic here. It's a give to Warwick Dunn, and Dunn with a 12-yard gain into Chicago territory, just barely at the 49. 10-12 left in the half. Bucs trail by 11. The give to Dunn, and Dunn a 1-yard gain. Wally Chambers again on the spot, and Hugh Green will be available when the Bucs next go on defense. 2nd and 9 at the 48. Screen. Incomplete as Brady overthrew Dunn. 3rd and 9. Got to get 9 yards or the offense will be done on this drive, and they don't get it. Gronk gets 6, and that is it. So they're 3 yards shy of the first. It'll be 4th and 3 from the 42. I'm watching for a fake punt here, and Bidwell instead, a beauty of a coffin corner punt, out of bounds at the 2. So the Bears take over from there. They got to go 98 yards to get a touchdown. We'll go Peyton on the dive, and the animation's not going to help there. A 2-yard gain. Tackled by Booger McFarland. 2nd and 8 from the 4. And we're going to go Peyton on a screen pass. And something happened there, folks. An 8-yard gain for Peyton. I know the animation didn't show it. Brooks bringing him down at the 12. They get the first down. 1st and 10 at the 12. 6:49 now left to go in the second quarter. And here's Bill Kelliger. A gain of 3 yards. And Rondé Barber came up, made the tackle there. 2nd and 7. The ball at the 15. Third of our second round games. Next, starting on Thursday, the division winners will begin play. Off tackle right, Peyton. And Peyton will gain another 4 yards. He is now up to a 64-yard rushing effort on 11 carries. 3rd and 3. I'm going to go play action medium to Jimmy Graham. Incomplete, deflected by Aqib Talib, and the Bucs are going to get the ball. They should get rather decent field position. We'll see. Ed Brown to punt it, but he's kicking into the wind, which is why I thought the Bucs would get good field position. And here's Humphreys, all the way down to the, 22-yard line. Punt went 35. The return was 32, so that net punt was only 3 yards. And now the Buccaneers can get back in this game. 4:31. They're already in field goal range. 1st and 10 at the 22. And that is complete to Rob Gronkowski. A gain of 11 to the 11. Cutting that distance to the goal line in half. 4:22 left. Dunn again trapped behind the line. That run defense for Chicago has been relentless. Ryan Urlacher making the tackle. It has got to be at least the 3rd tackle for loss he has had in this game that I can think of. 2nd and 14 at the 15. We have a marker.
False start. Offense. Number 72. 5-yard penalty. Repeat. 2nd down.
The monsters of the Midway seem to be living rent-free in the heads of the Tampa Bay Buccaneer offense as Penn commits another 5-yard penalty, and that's going to make it 2nd and 19 from the 20. We have a substitution as they're taking out Gronk and they're putting in Mike Evans as a 3rd wideout. He wears 13. Obviously, he's not superstitious. And that is done with a 5-yard gain. And it's going to be 3rd and 14 from the 15. We're now under 3 minutes left in the half. Marker down as Brady tried to get it to Keyshawn.
Defense. Number 81, 5-yard penalty.
So the Bucs get another life and 5 yards closer. 3rd and 9 from the 10. Brady has a touchdown. That went to Mark Carrier, the Buccaneer wide receiver. Because we have Mark Carrier, the Bear free safety, or strong safety, so we have to differentiate between the two. They'll go for the single point, way too early to be going for 2, and Husted booting it through. It is 14-10 with 2:23 left until halftime. Sayers back deep for Chicago, but it's going to be taken by Sano, and how far will Sano go? He goes 17 yards from the 12 to the 29. We have 2:10 left until the end of the half. And I'm going to run the ball here. Sweep to the left for Walter Payton. Payton back to the line, and that's it. We go to the 2-minute warning. 14-10 is your new score. Each team has all 3 timeouts and their challenge left in the tank. And I'm going to go Ditka over the middle on a cross. Got a lot of distance on that crossing route, a gain of 22. Bears go in the no huddle. And we're going to look to Conway on a medium cross. Just keep using the middle of the field, and he is open, a gain of 22 yards. Luckman is now 6 for 9, 120 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he is going to call a timeout. Luckman doesn't throw much, but when he does, it's usually for good yardage. 1:19 left in the half. And I'm going to go to Jeff Graham here. Medium out route. Incomplete. Since I went over the middle, I thought I would try going out and see if I could catch the buck snapping. Not to be. Slant to Conway on second. And that's batted at the line for an incompletion. Bears are going to go 4 wide, which is going to bring in Conway and Willie Galt. We'll put Luckman in the gun, put a man in motion. And I am going to go for the gusto here, medium slant to Willie Galt to try to get the 6 points. Better than a 50-50 chance he'll score, but immediately Luckman was tackled by Booger McFarland. And the Chicago crowd is furious. It's going to be 4th and 19 at the 36. And kicking a field goal is not really an option here. Gould would have a 26% chance from this distance. So I'm just going to do a pooch punt with Ed Brown. Maximize the time. Oh, that's a nice one. Down to the 1. Down to the 1 of Tampa Bay. 16 seconds left. Tampa Bay could not take a knee because it would be a safety. We'll see what they do here. It's Allstott. He'll gain 5 yards. They get out of safety range, I guess you could call it. And that'll do it for the first half. It's been a very intriguing first half of play. Your score, Chicago 14, Tampa Bay 10. I will be right back. So we're ready to get the second half started. Chicago 14 and Tampa Bay 10. Thank you to all of you who have been watching these more recent videos of mine. Greatly appreciate the number of views increasing. If you like these videos, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. That's all I could tell you. Haven't really, my current thinking right now is I'm going to finish up my NBA 75-76 project after the HTFL season, and from there we'll just wait and see. I'll do a game of the week every day until I get to the playoffs, and then we'll just do a playoff game every day. Like game 1 from one series, a game 2 from another series, and so on. Wilson back deep for the Bucs. They trail 14-10. They got back into it late in the second half. Wilson taking that from the 15, and he is chugging 30 down to the 20. And he is out of bounds at the 18. That return for Wilson, 72 yards, and here come the Buccaneers. Give a cheer for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10 from the 18. That's an actual song lyric, folks. Hey, Hey, Tampa Bay by Jeff Arthur. And I met Jeff Arthur later when I was working in radio in the market. Gain of 6. Tillman on the stop. I didn't know at the time that he was the guy behind Hey, Hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucs know how to shine. It was an old song from the 70s, kind of disco-y and, all that. So a gain of 6 there by Mike Allstott. 2nd and 4 from the 12. Here's Dunn. And Dunn got back to the line, and he was done. 3rd and 4 from the 12, early third quarter. Brady had the roll to his right, incomplete. And when you get Tom Brady out of the pocket, usually good things happen if you are the Chicago defense. So, Husted from 30. He hit a field goal from 30 earlier in the game, and he hits this. It's 14-13 with 13-18. A lot of teams left in our third quarter. So the Bucs very quickly get on the board in that third quarter column, and Sayers is back deep, standing at about his 6, backing up to about the 2 or the 3. He returns it 23 yards. to the 26. Very tight game. I don't even think I gave you the yardage summary. So from where we are right now, 13:03 left in the third. The Bucs 28 plays, 120 yards, 17 passes. For Chicago, 28 plays. There's that 28 again. 183 yards, and 17 of their plays have been runs. So one team has 17 passes, the other has 17 runs. Sweep left. Walter Payton, first down. Gain of 2. Leroy Selman making the tackle. And it's going to be 2nd and 8 yards to go. Screen to Bill Kelliger on 2nd. And he's got that, and he's got a lot of running room. That's good for a first down and a gain of 9. Hugh Green making the tackle for Tampa Bay. 14-13. Will Tampa break the road ceiling? Be the first team in the playoffs to win a road game. Trap right, Walter Payton. And Payton on the loose. He'll gain 8 yards. Tiki plays for the Giants. We'll see him in a few days. Rondé Barber on the stop, a gain of 8 yards. 2nd and a deuce. We're going to go play action long. And we're going to look to Ditka. There's the throw, and Ditka could not get it. 3rd and 2, 3 wide. And we're going to go Conway on the slant. And there he is. He's got it, a first down, a gain of 14. Abraham. Hang on, folks.
Ruling on the field is confirmed. Incomplete. A timeout will be charged.
Tampa Bay challenged the fact that it was a legal catch. They thought the ball hit the ground. It did not. And it's 1st and 10 Chicago at the Tampa Bay 41. 14-13 is your score. And Payton past the 35, past the 30, down to the 27. A gain of 14 yards. Brooks making the tackle, and Payton is now 12 shy of a 100-yard game. And we're going to let Hill run a reverse on first from the 27. And here goes Harlem Hill, but they stuff him. Mark Barron out of Alabama. No stranger probably to Nick Saban. Making the tackle at the line for no gain. So we're going to put Payton out wide. We're going to pitch it to him on 2nd and 10 from the 27. And Payton loses 4 yards, if you could believe that, from Bennett. Michael Bennett out of Texas A&M. So now that sets up 3rd and 14. At the 31. And we'll look to Ditka. And we're going to look for a medium slant route for him. Tampa Bay playing way back off the ball. And that pass incomplete. Good coverage by the Buccaneers. So now 4th and 14. And I am again going to try the pooch punt here with Ed Brown. A field goal from this distance would be less than 50-50. So we'll give the ball back to Tampa Bay. 1st and 10 from the 20 as that punt had a little more oomph to it for a pooch punt. And went into the end zone for a touchback. 7:57 now left, 3rd quarter. The Bucs only trailing by a point. 14-13. 1st and 10 at the 20. And this is done. Back to the line, and that is it. 2nd and 10 from the 20. Chicago playing a little off defensively. Allstott, a gain of 2 before he's tackled by a former Buccaneer, as well as playing for the Bears, and Wally Chambers. 3rd and 8 from the 22. Brady finds Gronk. He's got a first down. A gain of 9 yards, and Tampa Bay moves the chains with 6:20 left in our opening quarter of the second half, the 3rd quarter, of course. 1st and 10 at the 31. And this is Allstott. He fumbles. Chicago's got it again. Atkins with the recovery, and the Bears go back to work. First turnover of the game. Remember that Allstott fumbled it earlier in the game, but it was overturned by instant replay. Peyton inside run, 1st and 10 from the 35. Chicago wants to pound the rock, as John Gruden would say. Gain of 3. Selman on the stop, 2nd and 7. That's the 23rd rush for Chicago. And trying to look for a play here that has good percentages. Duel on the short slant and the double tight end set. Penalty.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 26. Automatic. First down.
So Mark Barron arriving early on Duel. It's 1st and 10 now from the 18. Back to Peyton on a dive. And Peyton will gain 4 yards. Levante David making that tackle. So now it's back to the Bears holding the advantage. Back to Peyton, who's closing in on 100 yards. Sid Luckman calling time. Peyton's now up to 91. And we're going to pitch it right to Peyton. And Peyton past the 15, past the 10, down at the 8. He is just short of first down yardage. 3:54 left, third quarter. And we're going to give it to Luckman on a dive. Did he get it? He got it. A first down at the 7. Hugh Green with that tackle. First and goal. 3:14 left to go. Just did that to give Peyton a rest. And Peyton has his 100 yards. He picks up 3. Second and goal from the 4. He's at 100 yards even, rushing the ball. We're going to stretch it to Peyton here. Bring some guards, offensive tacklers over from the left side, offensive linemen. Ball might have crossed the goal line. Well, I have a 55% chance of a touchdown.
Upon further review, the ball crossed the plane of the goal line. Touchdown. No timeout will be charged.
And Peyton gets a touchdown. It's 20-13. Extra point. Good by Harder, and that makes it an 8-point game. Tampa Bay still within a score with 1:48 left, third quarter. Here is Wilson, who had a long return earlier, and he will just get to the 15 on this one. Good coverage by the Bears. 1:37 left in quarter number 3. 1st and 10 from the 15. Here's Brady. Complete to Johnson.
Offsides. Defense. Number 81. 5-yard penalty.
And penalty will be declined. He'll take 2nd and 1 instead of 1st and 5. 1:27 left, third quarter. And here is Dunn. No gain. Got back to the line, and he was done. 1st and 1 at the 24. They give to Dunn again. He loses a yard, this time on 3rd and 1. So Bidwell in the punt. And Chicago could pounce here. And we go now to the fourth quarter, so Chicago will have the wind advantage. It's 21-13 in favor of Chicago. The home teams in the playoffs are so far 6-0. 35 plays, 143 yards for Tampa Bay. 19 of their plays have been passes. For Chicago, 43 plays, 247 yards. 28 of their plays have been runs. And I'm going to keep the running going here with Peyton. Tampa Bay playing back off the ball, and Peyton just runs through like a hot knife through butter, 11 yards. And it's Rondé Barber making the tackle. Fourth quarter, Chicago wins. They get the New York Football Giants in New York. Off tackle right, Kelliger on first. And he says, how do you do? A 6-yard gain. And Hugh Green making the stop. I think it'll be time to go back to Peyton, off tackle right on second. And he gains 1 yard, setting up 3rd and 3. They'll go to the base formation, and they'll look to Iron Mike on a short cross, which he is not able to get. Brooks got to the ball the same time Ditka did, got knocked in the air, and it falls incomplete. Brown to punt on 4th and 7. Now remember, Chicago has the wind advantage, and that is caught by Humphreys, a fair catch at the 10. So Tampa Bay making some substitutions. They bring in Antonio Bryant at wideout and James Wilder, who at one point had the total yards record for a season. And that is deflected and caught by Wilder for just a gain of 2 yards. 12:13 left, fourth quarter. Chicago up 21-13. And Brady throwing to Wilder, a gain of 4. So already Wilder with 2 catches. Brady is 15 for 21, 128 yards, 1 touchdown. 3rd and 4. Screen to Wilder. And will he get to the first down marker? Yes, he will. And back-to-back catches for James Wilder. Brady now 16 for 22, 132 yards. More importantly, he has a first down. And there's going to be a marker
Holding
here.
Offense, number 19, 10-yard penalty.
Keyshawn called for a hold. It's going to be 1st and 20 at the 10. Brady finding number 89, Antonio Bryant. And that gets back 15 yards out of the 20 they needed. 2nd and 5, 9:53 now left, fourth quarter. Brady looking for going hey 19 to Keyshawn Johnson, but that's incomplete. 3rd and 5. Looking for Bryant, another incompletion, so Tampa Bay will punt. And it's going to be Bidwell punting into the wind. Caught by McAfee. McAfee with a return of 4 yards. The punt went 38 for a 34-yard net. 9:19 now left to go. Trap right, Walter Payton on first. Stuffed at the line by Bennett. A loss of a yard. I'm going to keep running the ball, though. Payton, inside run, 2nd and 11. And he will drive for 6 yards. He's at 25 carries, 121 yards. I'm going to go Payton on a screen on 3rd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete, and the Bucs will get the ball back. Not too many opportunities left for Tampa Bay. At 7:32 left in the fourth quarter, and Ed Brown will punt it. And that punt's going to get to Humphreys. Humphreys caught it at the 6, returned it 6 yards. The punt went 48, and the net will be 42. 1st and 10 from the 12, 7:25 now left to go. Screen to Wilder, but Brady overthrew him. An incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 12. Bucs need a touchdown and a 2. Wilder gets the pitch, and he loses 4 yards. And again, Brian Urlacher, a force to be reckoned with at inside linebacker. 3rd and 14 at the 8, a marker.
False start. Offense, number 72. Repeat, 3rd down.
And speaking of repeats, Penn's been a repeat offender. I think that's like his 3rd penalty in this game. 3rd and 18 at the 4. Brady throwing from his own end zone, and not for much, as Wilder only gains 3 yards. He needed 18, and it'll be 4th and 15 from the 7. I'm going to go for the block here. Going to go for the jugular. McAfee loses 3 on the return, but more importantly, the clock becoming a factor more and more in this game. 6:11 left, fourth quarter, and the Bucs trail by 8. Killiger on a dive. Gain of 2. Brooks on the tackle. Our final game of the second round tomorrow will be Denver at Minnesota, and then we start the quarterfinal round on Thursday. Short pass, Walter Payton on 2nd and 8. He gets to him. He will get a first down. And every first down now very important. If you are a Chicago Bear fan, we're down to 5:21. 1st and 10 at the Tampa Bay, 39. Trap left, Walter. And he will lose a yard. He is now at 120 yards even on 26 carries. We're going to go Kelliger, pitch to the right on second, and he's going to gain just 2 yards. 3rd and 9. I think the Bears are going to throw it here. Ditka, short cross. And he's very reliable. A gain of 12. And another first down for Chicago as they try to drain out the clock. With 3:16 now left to go, Peyton is going to get a first down on first down. A gain of 14. And the Chicago fans, sensing victory is at hand, will go to the 2-minute warning. It's 21-13. Each team have 2 timeouts, no challenges left to go. Peyton, trap to the right. Gain to the 1. Tampa Bay calling timeout. Chicago fans probably already booking on the online travel services a trip to New York next week. And we'll have that game for you Friday. Assume a week had gone by. 1:51 left. It's 2nd and 9. Bucs could kill for a turnover here. Sweep to the left, Walter Payton. And little Walter will get 5 more yards. He's at 140 for the game. 3rd and 4. Tampa Bay not using their last timeout, so I'm going to use one of mine as Chicago with 59 seconds left to go. A field goal will put this game out of reach. We're going to run sweep to the right, Bill Kelliger on 3rd and 4. He's got a touchdown, folks. Chicago's going to move on to the quarterfinals. Bill Kelliger. And the fans at Tampa Bay crying icicles instead of tears. 27-13. And your extra point is good by Harder. 28-13. And it's looking for all the world like Chicago is going to advance to the quarterfinal round of the HTFL playoffs. Wilson back deep. Caught at the 6, didn't gain much. He only gained 9 yards. And the crowd in Chicago looking at Brady, and they're singing na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na, hey, 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 goodbye. 1st and 10 from the 15. Brady to Wilder. He just floated that one in the air. Lucky it wasn't picked off. Brady is now 18 for 28, 150 yards. He's been pretty much held in check despite the accurate throwing. Looking for Keyshawn there, was it? Incomplete. 3rd and 10. 19 seconds left to go. Brady going deep. Almost had Mike Evans there. 4th and 10. I'm actually going to call a defensive play here. 3-1 zone prevent. Just play off the ball. Incomplete, and that's going to do it for this game. Chicago has advanced. 28-13 over Tampa Bay. And it was as close as 14-13 in this second half. I think the MVP has to be Peyton, and it is. Your team stats. 325 yards for Chicago. Perfect in the red zone. 3 touchdowns on 3 efforts. Tampa Bay, 167 yards is all they got. Their rushing game was very ineffective. 17 carries, 24 yards. So here are your leaders. In passing, it was Sid Luckman, 10 for 19. They didn't need him all that much. 169 yards, 2 touchdowns. Gave up a sack early in the game. Walter Payton, 29 attempts, 140 yards. Longest gain was 14, but he was very consistent. 1 touchdown. Leading pass catcher was Rob Gronkowski, 5 for 57. He also led in yardage. And let's see what happened with defense. And your leading tackler we had Hugh Green with 8 tackles to lead everybody defensively. So one more game left in the second round, and that's going to be Minnesota and Denver. And whoever wins will get Cleveland. And that'll be our next game after tomorrow on Thursday. We'll take a day off. And then we'll come back with our quarterfinal round matchup. Chicago's going off to New York, and Tampa Bay will have a long winter ahead of them. This has been Big Polly coming to you. Godspeed and God bless. We will be back tomorrow, Lord willing, and if the creek does not rise. Bye bye for now, everybody. Take care.